Media changes faster than you can say, hello. In 1844, for the first time ever, the people of Washington, D.C. were able to find out the Whig Party's presidential picks almost immediately after they had just been announced in Baltimore, all because of the telegraph. People were able to learn about the tragedy of the Titanic across the world due to radio. And film introduced us to a brand new viewing experience, one where, across the globe, everyone could be given a front row seat to their favorite live show.
The reason these changes were so monumental had little to do with how the devices were used, looked, or operated, and everything to do with how fast information was able to travel from one person's lips to everyone else's ears. In a way, that's the whole essence of journalism. And while old people may complain about,
you whippersnappers and your techno garbage,
the truth is, the way technology is today was a natural progression. Cell phones are the past, present, and future of journalism, for better or for worse.
The evolution of cell phones has been swift, from chunky bricks to flip phones to the smartphones we know and love today. And with smartphones, our access to information is instantaneous, in often overwhelming ways. Like in 2014, when hackers leaked hundreds of celebrities' personal nude photos taken with their own cell phones, causing an unprecedented media circus.
Jennifer Lawrence to Kate Upton, it is what could be the largest breach of private, racy celebrity photos in history.
David Mindich, a media historian and also a professor, said in his book, The Mediated World, that media today can spread like a virus, creating an enthusiasm well beyond anything traditional advertising alone might engender. This is not inclusive to advertising. From body positivity displays to graphic videos of protests, anything will and can go viral, no matter where it comes from. Cell phones have completely rewired how we consume media, and in that, we can use our phones as a weapon to fight for journalism or against it.
So how does this new digital age work against journalism? According to Pew Research Center, newsroom employment dropped 47% between 2008 and 2018, while cell phone usage soared from 77% to 95% between those same years. One might argue that the authenticity of journalism has been lost, and in its place, a new kind of extremely independent, self-published cell phone journalism has become the norm, to often catastrophic results.
One thing that published journalism promises us, even if it's not often come short on those promises, is reliability. Peer review groups and organizations like Snopes and PolitiFact take rumors and lies to task, but cell phones have made it nearly impossible to stop the spread of misinformation before it's made its way around the globe and back. That spread came all the more insidious as we became sequestered inside of our homes with nowhere to turn but our trusted phones.
Disinformation, a tactic famously used in the 80s by the KGB to turn citizens against each other, has plagued the world since before the digital age even began. COVID vaccine information has been countlessly skewed for profit, especially with the help of the internet. According to the New York Times, Joseph Mercola published an article fabricating the claim that the vaccine could alter your genetic coding, along with a number of other shocking, disprovable assertions. The article was quickly translated into other languages, getting recognition from anti-vax campaigners and dozens of blogs and media platforms within hours. Soon enough, it was accessible on your daily feed, making your jaw drop while you're having your morning coffee.
So, we've established that in the new digital age, people's phones can be used to both help and hurt journalism, but most importantly, they give the idea that they're always in control, and you are in control, right? When you can open up your phone at any point of the day and post anything you want, that means it's your choice, right? Not so fast.
We know how quickly hate can spread online. I mean, look no further than the crucifixion of Rebecca Black for her 2011 hit Friday.
make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, gotta
whose virality led to a hate campaign spread almost entirely through cell phones. Social media hatred does more than just tear down the self-image of one teenage girl, though. It makes all teenage girls, and all of us for that matter, question what we believe about ourselves and about others. According to whistleblower Frances Haugen, Facebook has been acutely aware of how its platform has been used to covertly encourage eating disorders in young women.
The company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people.
And it's been exploiting it, selling body dysmorphia by the pound. When we see photos on our phone that condition us to believe retouched beauty is the standard, we internalize these images and start to despise ourselves for not looking like that, whether we know it or not.
The problem then is that these platforms want us to hate ourselves and in turn hate each other. This means instilling hateful messages in the public and platforms like Facebook facilitating riots like the storming of the Capitol.
others smashing through windows at the Capitol. There were so many chaotic moments.
The worst part of all of this is that in spite of how much hate we're putting into the world with cell phones, everyone is the good guy. When people share harmful conspiracy theories or organize neo-Nazi protests, they're usually doing it on platforms with algorithms that keep them in an echo chamber and encourage them to keep posting because they know what it's right, even if they're only saying what they're told.
With all this talk about how gross the misuse of cell phones against journalism is, we would be remiss if we didn't discuss how in the right hands, journalism benefits from the mass use of cell phones. Cell phones can mobilize people toward a greater cause when injustice is broadcast in real time. The killings of Philando Castile, Walter Scott, and Walter Wallace Jr. may not have stirred people the way they did were it not for onlookers' ability to record them using a cell phone. What made all the difference was everyone else's ability to view these events with their cell phones, though, to feel the shock, the pain, and the anger all in the palm of their hand, and to change the news cycle with just the tap of a button.
Most importantly, though, the most amazing thing cell phones have offered us is what they were always intended for in the first place: communication. When people talk to each other, they make their own news and create their own stories. With our phones, we can make new friends, new connections, and new loves. And it can also be used to say goodbye to the ones we love the most.
Signing off,
Emily and
Ben.
Okay, are we good? We're good? Okay.